So let's read chapter 3 together and discuss some of the interesting vocabulary and grammar. For 2 days after that I was dead, but the Greek was sore at me, and so I got by all right. Now, sore at me means angry with me or angry at me. You can use at with angry as well. And of course, that's what he means. You know, your sore is some kind of pain. When you've got a sore throat, you've got a pain in your throat. And when you've got a sore injury somewhere, it means it hurts, and it's a particular kind of pain. It's not an ache usually you get aches in your bones or in your teeth or in your head actually, and you can even get a stomach ache. But sore throat, we usually say, and it's usually when something is hot and burns, it's sore. Okay, so he got by all right. Now, if you get by, then you manage, you do okay. If you manage to get by at university, that means you manage to get enough money to eat and to live. I mean, get by just means you managed to survive, basically. So I survived all right. He was sore at me because I hadn't fixed the swing door that led from the lunchroom into the kitchen. Now, notice that he uses the past perfect because this is before he was sore at him, yeah? He was angry at him. Why? Well, because he hadn't fixed the door, okay? And so don't forget about past perfect. You see it very often in literature. She told him it swung back and hit her in the mouth. She had to tell him something. Her mouth was all swelled up. Okay, so we say that something is all swollen up or swelled up. I would say swollen up personally, because I think swell, swelled, swollen. Her mouth was all swollen up, but some people would say swelled up, and this is the thing with irregular verbs. Sometimes you find that two options are possible. I prefer swell, swelled, swollen, but quite often with our verbs, like dreamed and dreamt, both versions are possible. So her mouth was all swelled up where I had bit it. You remember that he bit her mouth. And notice again the past perfect because he bit it before it swelled up. So we need the past perfect. So he said it was my fault that I hadn't fixed it. I stretched the spring so it was weaker, and that fixed it. The spring is the device. It's in a lot of different machines, and it pulls. Yeah, I think you all know what a spring is. It pulls things together, and it's often on a door to make sure it shuts again. So he stretched the spring so that it wouldn't shut so hard, so that it wouldn't swing back and hit anybody in the face. So it was weaker, and that fixed it. But the real reason he was sore at me was over the sign. Now, I want to make it clear that you could miss this preposition. You could certainly say, but the real reason he was sore at me was the sign. There's nothing wrong with that. But we do sometimes use this preposition over when we say an argument over something. Now, you can say about, an argument about something, or a fight over something, but you can say a fight about something. So it's very similar to about sometimes over. And really we mean here about the sign. It was the sign which was the real reason he was sore at me.